William here with Patriot Containers. I've been meaning to make this video for quite a while. This video is directly meant to every Pinocchio rookie company out there that gets tons of complaints on a regular basis, and you have hundreds of complaints from the past of when you started your business to this current day. There's two ways of looking at your business. You either care about your customers and your company name, or you care about money. I know that's a tough pill to swallow. If you plan on changing your business name in the future, disregard this video. But if you do care about your image that you've built so well, and I do give you credit for that, you've built a very good image in a short amount of time. But the history of your company and the complaints that you guys get all the time will never go away unless you change your business name. And a lot of companies do that. A lot of companies go out of business. A lot of companies change their name to hide from what they've done in the past. It's your business. But you have designed a system that benefits your company and your employees, but does not benefit your customers. Therefore, you will always get complaints and they will never go away. So this video is something to think about and something to, if you ever wanted to fix your company. I used to work for companies just like you. That's why I know everything about you guys. I know from the ins and the outs who you buy from, what you're purchasing, what you're selling, how you're selling it. I get to listen to the same customers that call you, but then call me. And I'm amazed at what you guys tell your customers. Let's start from the beginning. If you tell your customers that you have a lifetime warranty and money back guarantees and that your cheap containers are good, but you're not disclosing the truth, and you have a system on your terms and conditions, and I'm sure, I hope you're aware, on your terms and conditions, you have a system that literally benefits you only, but it actually does not benefit your customers at all. Without changing that, you will always get complaints until however long, till you go out of business, till you change your name, or whatever the future has for you. And I'm not doing this to toot my own horn. I'm doing this to, I guess, actually try to help you if you care. Patriot Containers has been around longer than you. And to this day, and you know this, I don't have a single complaint on my business at all from somebody that ever bought a container from me. I don't have as much reviews as you do because 1 out of 30 people only does the reviews. I don't believe that your reviews are all 100% real. I know you pay for those. I know it for a fact. So, and you have a system that every time you get a complaint, you have to purchase reviews to push that complaint down, and so your score doesn't go down. You will never have a 5-star rating, ever. You're always going to have a tarnished legacy of ripping off your customers. That doesn't mean you can't change. You just have to evaluate which one you want. And I already know the answer. So if you wanted to start running a legitimate company that does what's best for your customers, you need to get away. You need to totally get rid of your cancellation fees, your restocking fees, and you're keeping the delivery money of your customers. You have to get rid of that because you're not telling your customers you have that. So when they find that out, they're pissed. They're going to file complaints. They're going to try to sue you guys. You're not telling your customers the truth from the very, very beginning. And that's why I have no complaints, is I literally tell everybody that calls me the truth of what they're buying. I tell people wind and watertight is bad. You guys tell your customers that wind and watertight is great and no dents and no rust at all. Well, you know that's a lie. So when you have a sales rep that's pushing new and then wind and watertight, but then you purchase damaged or as is for your customers, and even if you do purchase wind and watertight, you're still going to get complaints because you oversold the container to make a sale, to make a commission. You have a system that's designed to trap your customers into something where they can't get out of. So if they give you an order and you don't deliver, and you take 3 months to deliver your containers, and you've given your customers 10 different lies, and they want out. That's their right. They want out of your company because you provide a crappy service. But then you charge them a cancellation fee. I don't think you guys deserve the cancellation fee. You haven't done anything. You should still pay your sales reps, but you should also tell your sales reps to tell the truth about these containers. You're not, though, because you believe in your trap. That you believe in money coming in more than doing with what's best for customers. That's why you will always get complaints. But if you want to change that, get rid of your cancellation fees. Get rid of saying that you have lifetime warranties. Get rid of saying the restocking fees, and then keeping the delivery money. If you do with what's best for your customers at all times, put your customers first and put your company last, you will never get complaints. That's how I did it. I put my customers first at all times. I don't have cancellation fees. I don't have restocking fees. I don't keep the delivery money. My customers come first. Now, that's just the start. You have to change your parameters of your terms and conditions so they benefit the customer, not the company. The difference between me and you guys is you guys are catering and taking advantage of people that don't know what they're asking for, and you lie to make sales, to make a commission and make a profit, and that outweighs. You want the money so much that you can't provide a good service on the back end because you need to lie about the front end. That would be a big start to actually having no complaints for your future. That being said, I know you guys have an insane amounts of sales agents sitting at home, babysitting their kids. They never touched a container in their life. They don't purchase the containers. They don't know what you're purchasing. And then they don't schedule the containers. That's why they say, we'll have it in 7 to 10 business days. That means they don't know with what day your the container is going to arrive. But I used to work for companies just like you guys. And I sat in a cubicle making sales, and my containers that were being delivered to my customers were taking 1 to 4 months to arrive, when I told my customers, because the company that I worked for told me, tell the customers 7 to 10 days. They didn't say business days, by the way. They said 7 to 10 days. You guys are just, when you guys say business days, that's actually longer than the actual truth. So, you guys are always deceiving people from the very beginning. That's why you guys get complaints. So all my customers, when I used to work for companies like you guys, used to get as is containers because they're cheaper, and the companies want to make more profit. But because you have terms and conditions of cancellation fees, restocking fees, and you're going to keep the delivery money, you don't have any incentive to actually deliver on the right day. You don't. You really don't, because it doesn't matter if you do or don't. And if they get a crappy container that you purchased very cheap for your customers, it doesn't matter, because no matter what happens, and that customer, if they don't like the container or it took forever to deliver, you're going to keep their money. That's why you guys get so many complaints. So unless you change that, and I'll be honest with you guys, if you guys were to change that and actually sell containers with the truth and provide a real service and deliver good containers, you're going to make less money. That's what I do. And I actually do the right thing for my customers. I'm not making this video about myself. But So when I used to work for these crappy companies, just like you guys, as time went on, I figured out that the companies I worked for were freaking idiots, just like you guys. You guys are horrible, and you provide a horrible service. You know it. You can stand behind your stupid social media and your stupid reviews that you pay for, and you can buy your stupid products and stuff and act like you're the best company in America. You're actually the worst company in America. And all you have to do is go on Google, type in the worst cargo container companies to buy from and type in the word BBB. Your container company name is going to come up. I hope you're proud of that. And so when I worked for these companies, I'm a perfectionist with OCD. I'm a man. I like to fix things that are broken. I don't like things that are broken. I don't like junk. I like things that work. I like things that look good, and I'm a perfectionist. That's why I sell good containers to my customers. Now, how to fix your broken company. And again, I don't think you care. I think the money that's coming in outweighs your business reputation, and it outweighs the money coming in, and the system that you designed has made a system that literally doesn't give a shit about your own customers. That's why you get complaints. So when I used to work for these other companies, even though at the time I had no business, I wasn't a business owner. I was an employee. But I used to go talk to these people in scheduling and in purchasing, and I used to talk to the business owners. I remember getting a phone call from somebody that bought a container from me, and the guy goes, "Hey, William, I haven't gotten my container yet." And I go, "Oh my God, when did you order?" He goes, 3 months ago. And I'm on the phone trying to make sales, but now I have to deal with the negativity of a shitty company that I'm working for that's not doing a good job while I'm trying to make money. The company should take care of the back end problems, not roll it over to their sales agents. But so I remember walking up to the owner of the company I used to work for, and I go, "Hey, I got a customer on the phone. He's on hold, and he hasn't got his container in 3 months. What's going on? What am I supposed to tell this customer?" Because I cared. I really cared. That was my customer. I sold him something. And he was told 7 to 10 days, but it's 3 months now. And the owner looks me dead in the eye and goes, "I don't know." And I'm thinking, how are you a business owner and you have no clue of what's going on with your business? And that's another thing with you guys, you Pinocchio rookie companies. You guys have put yourself at the very top where you have employees to pawn off all your problems. You have no idea of how bad of a company you run. And if you can sleep at night, shame on you. Because you guys offer a shitbag service that actually sucks, and it will always suck unless you change. That's the point of my videos. You guys, and you know this, before COVID, this industry wasn't like this. You guys have turned this industry into a big shit show, and you guys are ruining this industry. I was one of those competitors that wanted to mind his own business, and to be honest, I never called you guys once in 11 years. I only called 2 companies about 7 months ago, and I put it on my YouTube channel just to listen to your idiot reps and the shit that they were saying to me over the phone, which was blatant lies. And I took those videos down. So, and I wish I didn't, to be honest, because you guys are idiots. So anyways, I'm wasting my time doing this video because you're not going to change at all. So if you ever wanted to change your business, here's how to do it. And you have to grab the bull by its horns and actually change because you care about your customers and you care about your business name. I just don't think you care. But you have got to tell your sales agents to stop making sales for 30 days. Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. However long it takes to figure out your shit show operation and how to get it under control. Because you guys have so many sales coming in that the little employees can't keep up. You have so many sales agents and not enough employees. So once the sales stop coming in, somebody needs to grab the bull by its horns and say, we got to get this under control and how to figure out how to run a real operation of telling the truth, delivering on the right day, purchasing good and selling these with the truth, and purchasing the right container. I'm going to tell you this. I don't sell damaged as is or wind and watertight containers to my customers. And I'll tell you why. If I lied about it, and I told my customers that the cheap containers are amazing, like you guys do, they're going to complain, okay? And then I would have complaints. I don't have any complaints in 11 years. I've sold 15 to 20,000 containers. You already know this. If I tell the truth to these customers and go, hey, this is a crappy rust bucket container with or without holes, you shouldn't buy it. And they go, no, I want it anyways. They're going to complain. You already know that too, but I hear what you guys are telling your customers. You guys are not telling the truth about the conditions of these containers that you're pushing. If you start selling containers the way that you know with what they look like, you're being transparent in the very beginning. Now, when you make a sale and you've already sold the container with the truth, the purchaser, whoever you have that's hired to actually purchase the containers, and don't sit here and think that you're not a broker. You are a broker. You purchase from the shipping lines that I have access to the containers as well. I see it. I see your pictures. I see your videos. I know exactly who you buy your containers from, and I know exactly with what your invoice says. You're a broker. Don't think that you're not. So, but if the customer bought wind and watertight, my advice is buy a yellow MSC container that's wind and watertight. Those are decent wind and watertight containers. If you sell those every single time, you'll get less complaints. Every once in a while, you'll probably get one. As long as if it was sold with the truth, probably won't get a complaint. If it was sold with lies, you're going to get a complaint. Now, as an order comes in, you need to have somebody call a driver and ask, hey, we got a container going to this location. What day can you do it? And the driver's going to tell you the real date. And you say, okay, we have this sale. It's already done. Put me on the calendar. Now you call your customer and go, hey, look, our driver has this on the delivery date. Do you accept that? Yes, great. We'll call you. Okay, so now it's already scheduled, but you haven't purchased the container yet. The order just came in, but it's already scheduled. This is what I do. Now, then you have got to purchase the right container that was sold to the customer with the truth, okay? If it's cargo worthy, make sure it's cargo worthy. If it's IICL, make sure it's IICL. If it's a new one tripper, make sure it's a new one tripper. Stop penny pinching on these 5,000, 8,000 pound containers. When you do that, you're making complaints. And you don't care because you have a system that's rigged against the customer. You have to change that. I don't think you will. But once, and then so I don't know how you guys do your invoicing and wires to these shipping lines. The companies I used to work for, they would take 500 orders and then do one wire transfer at the very end of the month. Well, that means every single container that I sold or somebody else sold, their customers didn't get a container in 7 to 10 business days or days. They got it after a month because the company only wants to pay a one wire fee for a ton of containers. I pay my wires every single day and I eat the $25 wire fee on one order, on 2 orders, on 3 orders. If I have a ton of orders coming in, I can bulk them up. But the next day, 24 hours later, the next morning, I have all my release information and I sit down and I schedule with everything with my drivers. And I'm organized. You're not. You guys offer a shit show. It's the truth. You know it. I'm trying to do this to help you. I don't think you want the help, though. I think you guys are fully happy ripping off your customers and providing a crappy service, because the money outweighs pride. And you're not proud of your company at all. I am. I run a perfect service that does what's best for my customers, and you know it, and you know that you do not. And that's why you guys get complaints constantly. So let's say, like, tomorrow is the 13th. I think I have 3 deliveries going on tomorrow. I'm going to call every single one of my drivers, and I'm going to bug them. And sometimes the drivers don't do this, but I provide a service. And I call that driver and I go, hey, look, you're going here tomorrow. What time do you plan on being there? And they're going to tell me a window, 10 to noon, noon to 2, 2 to 4, whatever the window is. And I call my customer, I go, look, I do this at the end of the day, so my ETAs are accurate for my customers. And I call my customer, I go, hey, I talked to the driver, they plan on being there tomorrow. If you prepaid the money, you don't need any cash. If you're paying the driver cash, you need to make sure that they have cash, not check, not Zelle, not wire transfer, cash. That's what the driver's like. That's another thing with these drivers. If you call the drivers all the time and they're picking up as is junk, they know you provide a crappy service, and they know that every time they go pick up your containers, it's going to be junk. Why are they even going to open the doors and look at your containers? They're not, because they don't trust you guys. They know you purchase crappy containers. So, and that's it. That's literally it. Tell your customers the truth. Purchase better containers. Have your containers scheduled the day you take an order, so your customers actually have a real delivery date. Follow up, communicate. It's actually not hard. I think the system you guys run is so broken. You guys probably have problems and emails coming in crazy. It's not probably, I know it for a fact, because I used to work for companies like that. The problems you guys create outweigh good. So every time you guys have a problem with a crappy container, a late delivery, constant lies, and constant complaints, all those problems is work. Well, if you did the job right, it's less work and a lot easier. And that's what I do. So, and again, I'm not using these videos as sales pitches, but I am making a point. When customers call me, I tell them wind and watertight's ugly. It could be heavily corroded, and cargo worthy is better. IICL is the best used, and a new one tripper. Try to push better containers on your customers and tell the truth. Get rid of your cancellation fees. Get rid of your restocking fees. Get rid of keeping your deliveries money. The reason you guys have those is, number one, you have a cancellation fee because you know you're not going to deliver in 7 to 10 business days. And you have to pay your salespeople. So if you already know you're not going to deliver, that's why you charge a cancellation fee, because you're going to get paid anyways. Now, if you purchase a crappy container and you sold something nice and then it gates out and the customer doesn't want it, you keep a cancellation fee, you keep a restocking fee, and then you keep your delivery money. If you purchased a better container, you wouldn't have to deal with that at all. How do I say this? The money you guys, and this is math, this is basic math. The money that you guys save, like you guys have employees for a warranty department. You have a leak department. You have all these departments which are employees that you have to pay money per year, which probably adds up to salaries at the end of the year. Imagine if you eliminated all those people and actually purchased better containers. I bet you would save money with actually providing a real service. The thing is, though, and this is why you won't do this. You won't do this because the way you guys sell containers is with lies. That's how you make sales, by lying to your customers. So you tell them you have a lifetime warranty, but do you tell them that you're going to deliver a container with holes and you're going to tell them that you're going to send a fiberglass boat patch in the mail? No, you don't. Do you tell them when you have these money back guarantees, if you don't like your container in 30, 60, 90 days, that you can get a full refund? That's a lie, and you know it. So, but you don't tell them that if you have to come back and get their container, you're going to keep their delivery money twice, restocking fee and a cancellation fee. And sometimes that can add up to 100% of their money, depending on how much the delivery is. Do you tell them that once you pick it up and you keep all their money that you're not coming back with another container? No. You got the container back, you kept all their money or 75% of the money, and on your terms and conditions, you don't have to deal with them again. It's highway robbery and borderline illegal. I hope you guys get exposed one of these days by an attorney general, to be honest. So, I don't know if you guys even want to listen to this, but the service you provide is rigged toward the company and against your customers. From the very beginning to the very end, you have a system that protects you, but you also have a system that's going to damage your company name. You're always going to get complaints. You'll never have a 5-star rating ever. And if you don't purchase all your fake reviews that on your company, your score is going to be go down and down and down. That's why you have to purchase fake 5-star reviews. Sorry, I know everything about you guys, so that's my advice if you care. But I know you guys don't care because the money's coming in, and it's sad too because your customers call you, and they put all this trust in you, and you're the biggest crooks. That's what you are. You guys are the biggest crooks, destroying an industry that could be a lot better. This industry will never be perfect, but you guys are making it worse with your terms and conditions and your I don't want to say legal scams. I don't know if it's legal. I actually think it's borderline illegal of what you guys are doing to your customers. And you're ruining this business. I'm sick of it. That's why I'm making these videos. So, anyways, guys, that's it. Not going to say have a good day because you're a dipshit company.